You guys have been around since 1895. You had a lot of people out there from all parts of the state. What were some of the emotions going through you in some of these videos we were seeing from back on Thursday and Friday?
Yes, ma'am. The emotions were very heightened. People were very scared. They were sitting with a prediction of about 10 inches of rain and woke up to 22 inches of rain. So that changed things very quickly for homeowners, residents of Southeast and Northeast Houston, and for us as well. We were all on standby. They'd been watching this storm for about 3 or 4 days. But when it just rained an extra 10 inches, then all of a sudden everybody had to quickly get ready to rally to help rescue these folks.
And your teams rescued hundreds of people, even pets, getting them out of the water, whether it was from in their homes or in their businesses or even their vehicles. What was the hardest part for your team going in to do rescues during this storm?
Yes, ma'am. Texas game wardens and Texas Park Peace officers rescued about 550 Texas residents and, about 25 pets as well. Our hardest part is the fact that down power lines, that we're not familiar with that area. So the local game wardens are, but we come in and there's chain link fences, there's propane tanks now floating around, debris everywhere, and people call 911 from inside their house, give us a location. So game wardens are basically in a boat that is used to be driven in a river and is now having to navigate through a city street.
And now the rains have stopped. The floodwaters are starting to recede. What is your team doing right now? Are you still kind of going back and doing more search and rescues, or is it more going door to door and helping these people get back on their feet?
No, search and rescue is done now. They thankfully, lots of folks heeded the warnings and were rescued within that first 24-hour period. After that, the water goes down fairly quickly. And there's people that definitely have water still in their house, still in their yard, but they can walk out to safety. And so those issues are over now. So basically now we've helped local sheriff's departments make sure that because vehicles get washed away. And during the time of a flood, it might be under 10, 15 feet of water. But as soon as the water recedes, we can go in and check those vehicles and make sure that nobody was in those as they washed away.
Rachel, you've been covering storms across the entire state, almost every single one of them for the past 17 years, including Hurricane Harvey as well. How does this current storm with Imelda compare to something like Harvey, or is it very similar in certain ways?
Well, this was so different because it was not predicted for it to rain that quickly and that much. Even the captain down there in Beaumont said, he just assumed that it would stop quicker, and that it just kept raining. Y'all saw from the weather that red magenta bomb literally just hung out for an entire day, and so they never got any relief. And so Harvey was more, we knew it was coming. We saw it was coming. All of our resources were on the ground and ready. This was more, folks had to scramble from 6, 7, 8 hours away from across the state to get here to help out these folks. Thank God local wardens are experts in their field just as well as any team. And by 1 a.m., they were already conducting rescues in the Winnie, Beaumont, Vidor area.
And one more quick question for you, Rachel. As we move forward, of course, from every storm, we learn things that can help out moving forward. Unfortunately, a lot of people did not heed the warnings and go out into the roads. What advice do you have to residents across Texas and anywhere whenever we have situations happen, especially as quickly as this one?
Yes, ma'am. I'm so happy you asked that question. Our advice and all of first responders' advice is to please stay home. If you're safe in your house, that is the best place for you to be. There are down power lines. There's debris in the road. But most importantly, if you're parked in the middle of a road and you're going down to go just look at water, then you're blocking a first responder to get to wherever that they need to go. In a situation like we just had with Imelda, we're literally launching boats in city streets where there was never water before the day before. So sometimes we would have to, untrailer a boat in the middle of a city street. And if we had 30 vehicles there, then getting in and getting out to get to emergency calls is now that much harder just because people went to go look at the floodwaters. So we definitely urge, the media does a phenomenal job during these events. Watch TV, look at your Facebook, listen to it on the radio. That's how you can kind of know what's happening.